You got to do that to sync all the microphones into check. So
Oh my gosh.
makes it
Are we
easier
ready?
for editing. We're going.
We're going now. We've had a lot of stop starts.
Welcome to
Slightly Filtered.
Yeah.
That's us, Jason and Stacey. Well,
Yeah.
back. We were on hiatus for a while, but we're back. And we have Diane Eagle here, who is our guest because she wrote a fabulous book called A Blind Eye, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about it real quick. And I talked to you on the phone last week, and I had just seen this video that you posted on social media
Right.
of you walking over this mine grate
Uh-huh.
somewhere in Nevada.
Yep.
And all I could think about was all his muscles have to do is just freak out on him right now and use toast because of your stiff person's syndrome.
Exactly.
And so why did you do that?
I don't know. Maybe I thought I was 20 again, and I was actually halfway across when I realized this is dumb because you don't
got your
have
camera down.
I don't have balance anymore. And so when I got to the other side, you see I sped up a little bit, and then I turned around and said, for those of that you know me, this was very stupid, which it was. And then, but then I was like, aha, I did it. And then I turned to take 2 steps, and the stiff person syndrome kicked in. My legs froze up completely. I slipped. I fell on my bum. I had rocks in my pockets, and they were cut.
Right. So don't do that again.
No.
You know,
Then I asked my wife, I said, am I cut? And she goes, yeah, you got a few little spots. And I said, okay. So then I went back and, I sanitized. I have more than a few.
the challenges.
Every word that George Carlin says not to say.
Yes, all those words.
We're not filtered.
Okay, that's why. Yeah, what are those words we can't say? Do you know those words, Diane, that George Carlin said not to say on television or on the air? Don't say
No.
Okay.
No. Why would you ask a question like that? They're going to answer.
She's not. All right. So Diane, welcome. And thank you for coming all the way down the hill.
Thank you. It was a beautiful drive.
It is a beautiful drive. We are very lucky that we live in such a gorgeous area.
We are.
Kidding.
So A Blind Eye, I got to say, Diane and I were in a writer's group for many years when she started working on this. And so I would get to, be part of to workshop this, like 1 chapter a week.
Okay.
For how many years? Probably 2, 3, 4?
4 maybe?
A lot of years, yeah. And the fact that she finally had it published, and you said to me, okay, I can die now. The book's finally published. But you have another one, which we'll talk about in a little bit, that you've been writing. And I want to say, how do I know Diane? Why don't you ask me, how do I know Diane?
Well, give me a minute here. Let me think. Stacey, how do you know Diane?
I know Diane Eagle because she was my boss.
Really? Your boss from where?
Mammoth Times.
Oh, really?
So
you worked
she
at the
hired
Mammoth
me,
Times?
so
The editor.
I was,
Wow.
I was ready to leave Mammoth. My kid had graduated high school, and I was like, I need to do something different. And I thought, well, do I go live at Esalen? Do I go join the Peace Corps? What do I do? And I applied to work full time as a journalist for the Mammoth Times. And I don't know why, but she hired me. And I gotta say,
Diane,
Why would I not
Diane,
hire you?
why did you hire her?
Because she's irresistible.
Oh, there you go.
yeah,
And she's curious. She has everything necessary to be a reporter.
Yes, she absolutely does.
but I gotta say, there were certain stories I'm not good at. I'm the first to say I suck at covering town and county stuff.
Okay.
And most of the reason is I get so angry.
Okay.
Plus,
Yeah,
you feel you have to write everything that happened. And so
Yeah.
your articles would be
Yeah.
really long.
Yeah. So a lot of it had to get, I did better with the personal stories, the human interest stories. Those
Yeah,
I did much
I
better.
can see that.
But I'm very grateful that she hired me because there was something that happened in 2008 where I was very grateful I had insurance.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Big C.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. I
Oh,
appreciate
you're welcome.
Do you
Anytime.
remember when I came into the office and I said, oh, I have this tumor. I have to get taken out.
But
But wait, the doctor, when I went to Cedars-Sinai to my doctor, he said, yeah, you got a pretty big tumor in there. We got to take it out tomorrow. And I said, I'm a journalist. I have deadlines. I said, if this has been sitting in there all this time, it can wait another week. So I came back into Mammoth,
and met your deadline.
met my
does-
deadlines, and then I went back and had the tumor taken out.
That does sound like you.
Yeah, and thankfully, obviously, it's still good. So
Yeah.
I'm here. So let's talk about A Blind Eye. And it takes place, when does it take? Once you
Is it fictional? Is it?
It is
true?
fiction.
It's a fiction
It
book.
takes
Okay.
place in 1968, Saigon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, during the middle of the Vietnam War.
I get that.
And
right
so,
at the Tet Offensive.
so tell everybody what the plot line is. You raise your eyebrows. It's like, well, it's you.
Plot line.
Plotline?
Tell everybody
There's
what
a
it's
plot
about.
to my book?
Yeah, I mean, you've got some great characters in this book. I don't know
Yeah.
how you.
Yeah.
I mean, us, writers, we come up with these characters, but tell me about your characters.
But that's the thing. When you're a newspaper, a journalist, and you write nonfiction, you stick to the facts.
Right.
So this journey
You try to.
of making people up, and then they become friends or fall in love with them, and it's so great to write it. You disappear into their stories.
Well, tell us about the protagonist, the main character.
Ellie Ketchum is a 25-year-old, kind of a green photojournalist, and she's sent to Vietnam to interview journalists on their take on war.
Oh,
What is it like to observe a war and then write about it? And
So she's a journalist writing about
Journalist.
journalists.
that's,
That's cool.
yeah. I was going to say very interesting.
Yeah, because you would think that you wouldn't actually have to go into the action, but that's not necessarily true in this book.
Yeah. Yeah.
She sees
because
action.
She gets into the action because she likes living on the edge. She's courageous. She's curious. And
Is this character maybe based a little bit on your life?
not really.
Okay. Just curious.
Little bits of me in her, but
Yeah.
but no,
Because you said adventurous and stuff. I just wanted to.
nothing like me.
Adventurous.
Yes, I am. I was.
You're adventurous, and you married Koji. That was an adventure.
It's easy. It was in the Japanese embassy. It was I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so funny. So why did you write the book on this topic in
Yeah.
that year, 1968 Vietnam War?
Well, God, the 60s were such an amazing decade. Kennedy was elected and then assassinated. There was bra burning and draft card burning and lots of things going on in the Vietnam War. Koji, my husband, had written a screenplay on Vietnam in the 40s, 50s in the French time
okay.
about a rubber plantation. So he had a lot of books about Vietnam, and I went,
Hmm.
So you started reading his
so I started reading the books. Yeah, I love research.
Right.
And so there's a lot of research.
There is, because I couldn't believe that you knew everything that was going on during that time. And you did the research yourself. You didn't hire somebody to do it for you.
I did it all.
Because a lot of authors, of course, they're authors who are millionaires. are able
Like
to
James
hire-
Michener used to hire.
Yeah, well,
Mm.
James Michener. Okay. If one day we could hire somebody to do the research.
But I like the research. I mean, you get lost in the world that the research is showing you.
So you picked, how did you come up with the character being a journalist looking out at other journalists? I mean, reporting on other journalists, that sort of thing. So where did that come up?
I'm not sure.
Because you
It was
could
a
have
long
made
time
her,
ago.
you could have made her anything. She could have been anything.
Well, because I was a journalist
Sorry.
myself,
It's all right.
and
Don't touch
I-
your chest. Don't touch your chest in this.
and I worked for Leon Uris, which is where I learned to do research. Now, most people anymore don't know who Leon Uris is.
Who is he?
He wrote
Jimmy's raising his hand over there. He knows.
Exodus. He
Oh,
wrote-
yeah.
He wrote Trinity. He wrote a book about the Muslims called The Hajj. But anyway,
Are you in the acknowledgments for Exodus?
Yes.
Oh,
not for Exodus. I was not even born then. But for Trinity and the Hajj, yes, I am. And so I started by having her work for this writer, this world famous writer that I used in this book. And he sent her to Vietnam to interview journalists. And I don't know. She was just curious and
And she's from an area that you used to live in, right? She
Yeah,
you
New
have the
England.
character. Well, no, she's from New England. Now she's a skier, though.
yeah, she was a ski racer
She was a ski racer.
as a teenager. Yeah.
It was in New England or Aspen?
No, it was in New England.
New England. Okay. I don't
Wow.
know why. I just thought it was Aspen.
That's like ice skiing.
Yes.
What is?
Oh, blue
New
ice.
England, yeah, it's ice.
I've never skied there. Have you skied there before?
No, but I've heard lots of people coming over here going, one time I was going down on Mammoth and it got icy. And I'm like, oh, this is icy. And they looked at me and they said, this is nothing. You should ski back east where we're from.
Yeah, you have
And
to
they gave
keep
me
your
the
edges
whole
very sharp.
story about, Yeah.
Yeah, because when you fall, you keep on going.
You just keep going. Why would people want to do that?
Stacey, that's
I'm sorry. I've had my share of falls up on Mammoth Mountain, but I definitely
Just hope you're not going to fall, and then you get up.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Yeah, it's skiing.
40 years ago, I would do that.
it's like when you fall off a horse, you get right back on.
Have you ever fallen off a horse?
Yes.
Me too. Have you ever fallen off a horse?
No.
Okay, Jimmy, have you ever fallen off a horse?
No.
Oh, okay, I get it. I get the prize.
I have.
Oh, you fell off a horse.
Yeah, she
You don't
did.
see how my memory is? Within 2 seconds,
Yeah,
I forget what
was
somebody
just like,
says.
what prize do you get when you both are?
We both get first prize.
Are you going to ask her who she is again and what the fuck
If
is
I do
about?
that,
And the
just-
journalist of the journalist?
Just kick my badooey out the door if I start doing that. So, why? I mean, I know that you said Koji had a bunch of books on Vietnam and that really interested you, but you could have picked any other place on the planet or some other planet for this thing. So,
Well, it was an important war
Yeah.
that should not have been fought. And so I wanted to kind of talk about that.
Mhm.
You know, Nick, one of the other characters, is very, adamant that we should not have been in Vietnam, and that Vietnam did not want us there, and we were being imperialists,
Mhm.
which, of course, in
Well,
the 60s, we
nobody-
all hated imperialists.
yeah, nobody wanted the American soldiers there
No,
at all. I
no.
mean, we lost how many troops did we lose in that war?
Oh, God.
100,
60,000?
600,000?
56,000.
56,000.
I was
Jimmy
close
knows.
with 60.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
too many.
Yeah.
That's
Way too many. And look at the PTSD that so many people
Hmm.
still experience having been in Vietnam
Yeah.
and Afghanistan and Iraq. But
Yeah, there's some people
war
here.
is bad for human
Yeah, there's some
living
people
things.
here who've been in the Vietnam War. I know some people here,
Mhm.
and they just will not.
Yeah.
No.
They will not talk about the things that they've seen. So you brought up Nick. Now he's an interesting character in this book. He is like, I don't want to say Ellie's nemesis, but kind of. He just brings out this part of her. I mean, we just want to wrap her up in a big hug and say, "Don't go there."
Mm.
But you had her go there.
That's what I was hoping a reader would say. Don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And she does it because some people get themselves into situations and relationships where logically they know they shouldn't go there. I mean, we've all been in that situation. I don't know. Have you been in that situation? Or
Well,
Yeah, we just-
lining your mind up with your actions takes a lot.
Yeah.
You can't really do it very often. But that's interesting that you bring that up, because the reason I started the book was I wanted to write a book about abuse,
Mhm.
because I had been
Okay.
abused.
Yeah.
And
Touch your chest.
and and so for the first couple of drafts it was very autobiographical.
Mhm.
And then I realized abuse is not the story, it's part of her story.
Mhm.
So then Vietnam and
Right. There's a part in the book where, correct me if I'm wrong, if I remember, because I read this book, and she goes out in the field with some of the journalists, but she does something that gets one of the journalists hurt. One of the journalists hurt?
no, one of the
Soldiers?
soldiers.
So what is that scene again?
Well, it was in a ditch. There was water in a ditch, and the Viet Cong would put these punji sticks,
Mm.
and so if you stepped in them, you would punji sticks and IEDs. And so she got into the ditch because she wanted to get a particular angle of a shot, and the sergeant saw her and yelled to one of his guys, "Get her out of there!" And he jumped in, stepped on a
Oh,
Mm.
geez.
punji stick, and went up into the air, lost his foot.
Okay.
And so she was blackballed
Right.
Yeah.
by the press corps.
Did she, in the story, did she leave Vietnam and come back?
No,
Did she just
No.
stay there the whole time? Okay. But she wrote the story. I mean, she did what she was supposed to do. The character did.
yes,
She did write the story.
yeah, hey.
So were any of these characters based on anybody you knew?
Mhm.
Which ones?
Well, Ben Stryker, the actor, the author, was based on Leon Uris.
Okay.
And it's curious because it started out I was kind of copying who Leon Uris was. And then Ben Stryker himself said, "I am not Leon Uris, I'm Ben Stryker." And so he became a whole different character.
Mhm.
And no Leon Uris in him at all.
Okay. What about Nick? Is he based on anybody you knew?
Not really.
Okay.
At first I thought he was going to be based on the my abuser, but that didn't work because mine was domestic and this was in the field,
Okay.
you know.
Hmm.
Okay. What did your husband think about you writing this book?
He loved it.
Yeah.
He was my greatest editor.
Oh my God. All right. So let me ask you a question. You also write poetry. Did you bring your poetry book?
Nice.
Okay.
No Globe.
You want to
Art
read?
done by Laurie Michelin, local artist.
Can you want to read something from there?
I'd love to.
And actually, and I'll read. Do you want to read something from your other book as well?
No, I'd rather read a poem
Okay.
if I could find it. Oh, here it is. It's called The Pub. We come together, you and I, over smiles, our heads crooked close, bent toward some important spot between us. Hours in a loud pub, music playing, people laughing. We smile, you and I, through the tears, through the words we would not say, but for others around us. After all, who would understand a grinning conversation of silence, unseen antennae flapping wildly above our heads?
And where was that inspired? The inspiration for that?
The Pub, which was a great bar in Aspen
Okay.
in the 60s and 70s.
Well, you've been around.
Aspen and Mammoth? Yeah, right. I've been
no,
around.
I mean, I don't think you grew up in Aspen, right? Where did you grow up?
New Jersey,
Oh, East Coast girl.
definitely. I mean, what I'm doing in California, I have no idea.
Yeah. And so from New Jersey, where did you go? Was that to Aspen?
New York City,
Okay.
Washington, D.C.,
Doing what?
falling in love, going to a party and never leaving.
Okay.
I worked for a lawyer who wanted to send me to law school.
Okay.
Then I went to Aspen, was there for several years, then went to Gallup, New Mexico for a year or two, back to Aspen, and then to California.
And into California. And you've been here ever since. So is there going to be a sequel to A Blind Eye?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've outlined it. I've written a little bit in it, but in the meantime, have finished another novel, not related to this one,
And what's that one called?
The Quilt.
Can you talk a little bit about that one?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think I read a little bit about that when we were workshopping it too.
it's a romance after the age of 70. There's time travel, wonderful time travel into her grandparents and quilting. And I researched my family and found that they came to Dutchess County, New York in the 1600s. And so there's lots of history and Dutch ancestors. It's great fun.
And when
It's
is
very
that
different.
one? And that's called The Quilt. When is that coming out?
I don't know. It took long enough to do this one.
Are you looking for an agent? Are you going to indie publish it or?
No, I'm going to pitch it.
Okay.
I think it's got legs,
Okay.
and I think it's a good romance.
Yeah. Anybody over 70, I mean, a lot of people over 70 don't think they can ever find love.
Yeah.
And that's just not true.
I know it.
There are a lot of people in nursing homes who fall in love,
Huh.
actually.
Isn't that wonderful? Because it doesn't matter what age you are, you feel like a younger person.
Yeah.
That anything is
Yeah.
possible, right?
Yeah. It gives you hope.
I mean, you're 90, right?
Yeah. Getting there.
Oh,
Working
God.
on it.
I don't know if I want to be 90.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I mean, if I have to rely on anybody to just take care of the basic things that
Yeah.
I do every day,
No,
I'm
thank you.
just not sure I want to go there.
We may not last. The world may end.
Oh my God. Okay. So, Diane, you think you'll ever get back into journalism?
No,
Oh, that was
That
quick.
I love fiction. I mean, I do. I love it, and I take that back. I really am trying to blog,
Oh,
Okay.
and so I call that nonfiction.
Is that on Substack or?
It will be
Okay.
when I finish. I've got 5 going. I have to finish them.
Five stories,
different-
essays? Or,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are they going to be under one umbrella? Just Diane
I
Eagle,
think so.
Eagle's Nest or something?
Ooh.
The airy. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you, Stacey.
Yeah, you're absolutely welcome. I'm still curious about, about I just want to know in the sequel, did
Okay.
Ellie and Nick cross paths again?
I don't know.
Ooh.
It's many years later.
Hmm.
Um,
And is Ellie still the protagonist?
Yeah.
Okay.
well, and Romo.
Okay.
It's Ellie and Romo. And Romo is the character I developed who I fell in love with. A man a Corsican pilot, fighter pilot in his mid to late 60s. Wonderful guy, very funny. And he thinks of her as his daughter.
Right.
And so they are going to go back to Vietnam
After the war.
and run a bureau.
Okay. Oh, like what is it?
Sure.
What is it? The
What,
Bureau
like,
of
yeah, like
Israel?
Reuters or AP or UPI, but it'll be them.
Interesting. Now, I don't know what the feeling of the Vietnamese people were after the war. I mean, it's a fiction, obviously, so they could do whatever they want. It's your story. But have you done any research on what Vietnam was like? I mean, right now, I know that we can go visit Vietnam.
Yeah.
And they call it the American War.
Is that what they call it?
Uh-huh.
They don't call it the Vietnamese War. Wow.
No, only we do.
Was there still animosity over there about everything that happened, or?
I don't think so. I think I think they're wonderful people.
Okay. I want to go to Vietnam. I'd like to explore that, one day. Have you ever thought about going to Vietnam?
I'd like to go to Laos, to that place where she went, Long Tien.
Oh, yeah.
That place down in the mountains or up in the mountains and then down into this secret CIA airbase that was there then.
Right.
I'd like to see that.
That'd be cool. I
Yeah.
guess the big question though is where do people find your book? They
Oh,
want to buy it. They're watching this show.
You read my mind.
thank you. At the Bookie Joint in Mammoth, but
Okay.
also Amazon, Barnes and Noble,
Okay.
Hobo, Apple Books.
Okay. Oh, so it's on a Kindle? It's a
Yes.
Kindle version too?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Blind Eye by
Blind
Diane
Eye.
Eagle, our guest today from Mammoth Lakes. And
Thank you for coming down here.
I'm
you.
excited to read it now.
Yeah.
Didn't even know it existed.
If it becomes a movie, who would you like to play the part of Ellie?
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Oh dear, my favorite actress. Oh, maybe what's her name?
Taylor Swift?
Okay, Taylor Swift.
No, I mean seriously. No, seriously. There'd be somebody who'd have to be around in their 20s or mid 20s.
Helen Mirren.
You'd have to do like a third book.
Yeah, yeah.
For that.
Uh,
Helen Mirren would have been great.
Yeah,
40
yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, I have no
Yeah.
idea because I can't think of
Younger actors right now.
her name. It's a Scandinavian name.
Oh.
Oh, Bjork.
No, not Bjork.
The singer. Good grief. That was what I was thinking every time she kept hitting her mic. Is that song I Keep Touch Myself? That was Bjork.
That was Bjork.
Yes.
Yes.
Stacey.
Okay. Well, when your next book comes out, we'll have you, and then you can say, yeah, the movie is being made, and this is who is playing the role of Ellie. And I remember her name.
Thanks for
Okay.
coming down.
Thank you very
Diane.
much.
We
I appreciate
appreciate
it.
it.
Thank you so much for being a guest on Slightly Filtered.
Yeah, I'm Jason Brown,
Stacey Powell's.
and thanks for watching.